Hey guys, gonna record another video with Bug Delver. Gonna run it through a league. We'll see how we do. Last time we went 4-1. We managed to beat Sneak and Show, Ad Nauseam Tendrils. What else was there? I believe we played against Affinity and Lands. And we managed to beat all those, and then we lost to Lewis CBR on Grixis Delver. Of course, one of those games we mulled to 4, and it was actually it was closer than you would think a mull to 4 would be. But, alright, we're going to run another league now here. Playing against Turn 1 Lackey. I wonder if he might be on Goblins. I'm going to keep this hand. Looks like, yep, we're playing against Goblins. We'll see if we can dodge Tarfire here, and our Deathrite Shaman can live a turn. So we have 3 Hymn to Taurox in hand. Him is actually pretty good against Goblins, but you definitely kind of have a window to use it. Dang it, he does have a Tarfire. Well, that sucks for us. We have to hope he doesn't have too many gnarly Goblins in hand, that's for sure. We'll see what he puts in play. Okay, Goblin Matron. So, we have a choice now. Gem Palm Incinerator, huh? You go ahead and cast Hymn to Torok. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to cast him. Then again, it's a little risky. I think maybe we'll play Tarmogoyf first. This way, you know, we can block Goblin Lackey. And I think we'll have more opportunities to get full value off of Hymn to Torok. So I have some options here. I can ponder, I could go ahead and cast a Hymn. I think I'm going to go ahead and cast a Hymn. Alright, we got Ringleader and a Lackey. Not bad. I'm surprised he didn't vial in the Lackey in response to the Hymn. I guess maybe he's protecting the Gem Palm Incinerator and maybe some other cards out of his hand. So we need to draw some more creatures and some removal, probably, if we want to make an impact in this game. We need to hope to not draw things like Counter Magic, I think, at this point. I don't know how live these hymns are going to be for very much longer either. But with the way the board is right now, I think we have to hang back with Tarmogoyf on defense. Okay, Wasteland. It's actually pretty decent. I guess I'll just go ahead and Wasteland his Karakas. Kind of hurt his resources even more, and then let's cast a Hymn. Hopefully he doesn't have a Goblin that costs 2. Alright, it looks like he does. Probably a Warren Instigator. Yep, figured as much. And we've got the Gem Palm Incinerator out of his hand. So yeah, like I said, need to draw some removal for sure. He'll probably Wasteland my blue source. Yeah. We'll see if he wants to trade Goblins. Not yet. Well, now we're in kind of a sticky situation. Have to hope to draw out of it and maybe get some more creatures on the board. Certainly wouldn't mind a Deathrite Shaman or something like that. Just gonna keep playing back and forth here. Unfortunately, he's got the Aether Vial, so none of the Force of Wills in my hand are gonna be too effective. kind of an unfortunate turn of events so far. That Warren Instigator was pretty good for him to violin there in response to my Hymn to Torok. Geez, another Wasteland. Well, gonna start discarding the hand size here. I can't really attack because then I lose the race to his pile driver. Maybe he has a Gem Palm Incinerator in hand. Okay. That's kind of a bummer. Maybe I should have just taken the damage there. So we are in a little bit of a pickle here. I'm going to get a Tropical Island because I know this is just going to get Wastelanded. Alright, perfect. Ponder, push, Underground Sea, no shuffle. Now at least I have removal for the Goblin Pile Driver. I need to hope my opponent doesn't top deck very well though. And so I'm taking took a lot of damage. Alright, well, let's just see how things go. I'm taking at least 8 damage this turn. I mean, I'm taking at least 3 damage this turn. We'll Fatal Push the Pile Driver. Alright. Bloodmoon. Well, I F6'd there. I should not have F6'd, but I'm going to concede. Was not expecting Bloodmoon out of Goblins. Alright, we're going to board out the Forces. Going to board out the Dazes. Going to board out Delvers. And I'm going to bring in the Thoughtseizes. We're going to bring in Abrupt Decay, the Diabolic Edicts, the Toxic Deluges, the Massacres, and the Jaces. That was a sloppy play on my part. I shouldn't have 6. That was really bad. I probably could have stabilized that. I mean, I was at 5. I was taking 3 next turn. I didn't have any other removal. I mean, if I Force of Will, then I go down to 4. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll keep this hand. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize him. Chieftain, King, +1/+1 and have haste and Mountain Walk. +1/+1 and haste. We're going to take the Chieftain here. Leaving him with a pretty bad hand, honestly. Alright. Perfect, now we just get to hit our land drops. We do need to find either a creature to apply some pressure or perhaps a Planeswalker. We know the Wasteland is gone, we need Mountain's gone. Perfect, there's Liliana. I'm going to go ahead and play my Wasteland here just so that we can continue hitting our land drops without having to expose things to Wasteland. So I'm fine with exposing an Underground Sea and a value to Wasteland here because we're going to get a Liliana on the board. And I think it's going to be pretty difficult for him to beat that. Alright. Goblin Chieftain. Probably take out my Liliana. Or at least get him for 2 there. think I'll start off by brainstorming. Okay, there's some good cards. I'm not going to be able to cast Jace until next turn, though. So we'll go ahead and put Massacre on top, followed by Jace. I'll play a Wasteland here. We're gonna make that chieftain a little smaller. And I think I might just kill it here. Here's the Cavern of Souls. So we've got a Ringleader. He got Warren Instigator and a Goblin Ringleader and a Pile Driver out of that. Ooh, that's pretty brutal. We know the contents of his hand there. I think I have to play Deathrite Shaman this turn. Let's see. I'm going to shrink that. Let's see, Goblin King gives him +1/+1 Mountain Walk. I have the option to use a Toxic Deluge here. And then I can Massacre next turn. I think I'm just going to wait here. Bit of a sticky situation, because we're going to need to use a sweeper before, like when he still has cards in hand. And you really kind of want to use sweepers and make them hellbent, but Goblins is notoriously good against control decks from time to time. We need more colored sources of mana as well. The beauty of it is, though, he only has so much mana. Alright, there's a Ringleader. No Karakas. No Gemstone Caverns. Tarfire is a bummer. He's gonna kill our Deathrite Shaman. Yep. Now he's gonna kill our Liliana as well. We are drawing a Massacre. We could fire off our Massacre. But I think I'm just going to hold up Abrupt Decay here. If he draws a Wasteland, we're kind of screwed. Okay, he plays a Mountain. Aether Vial, sure. Alright. He decides not to play any more creatures, which is interesting. What could he have in hand besides the stuff we've already seen? So he knows, I guess, that I have sweepers, and he is correctly playing around them. I'd really like to wait until I have one more colored source of mana to hold up Abrupt Decay for Blood Moon and also Toxic Deluge's board. I think we can afford to take one more hit from 2 Goblin Ringleaders. That Tarfire was so brutal because I was going to be able to curve out a lot better with Deathrite. Wow, okay. That had to have been a mistake. Wonder what he's doing here. Alright, Goblin Matron. Sure. Probably going to get another ringleader, maybe Krenko? I don't know. Oh no, he's probably going to get Goblin Settler, honestly. Which is pretty bad for me as well. See, the bummer about the way he has drawn this game, I mean, he's top decked super well. His hand was Goblin King and only lands. What enter the revealed cards here? What did he get? Goblin Ringleader, okay. I guess I'll decay his Aether Vial. Sure. Well, I guess we may as well fire off this Toxic Deluge. We're gonna have to use it at some point, otherwise we're just gonna die to the, few goblins that are on board. The issue here is that if he just plays a Blood Moon, we're dead. And I mean, there's a lot more issues than just that. So we know he doesn't have Blood Moon, we know he doesn't have Cavern. He got a Warren Instigator and a Goblin Matron. Chalice, X equals 1. No permanents have left the battlefield for under my control this turn, so I'm just going to let him attack with the Ringleader, I suppose. Alright. I'd like to cast that Jace. Tarmogoyf is pretty good, though. I think I'm going to cast a Tarmogoyf. Finally a blocker. Sure. He's gotten too much card advantage this game, I think. He's drawn so many cards with, I mean, what does he cast? 3 Ringleaders so far? Yeah, and there's, okay, a Siege Gang Commander. Or an Instigator, sure. So one Instigator is gone, the Goblin Matron's out of his hand. He might have more Ringleaders, I can't remember. We've dealt with 1, 2, and he revealed 2. I think he... yeah. We can't use Fatal Push because of the Chalice. Guess we'll just Massacre here. He can save one thing. He'll probably save Warren Instigator. This has just kind of been an unfortunate turn of events for us, in a lot of ways. We can't afford to attack. Man, we really would have liked a second blue source by now. We're like, we've seen 1/3 of our deck and we only have 1 blue source. Like, if he had drawn a single Wasteland, we would be like so far from winning this game. Yep, and we're still pretty far from winning this game. Like, he's going to create goblins and then he's going to play his, probably Goblin King. Give them all haste. Oh no, they just have +1/+1 at Mountain Walk, okay. Don't have to worry as much about haste, I guess. Good grief. I'm at 8. That's like no good. Luckily for me, though, I can just sweep everything away. Yeah, I think the best thing to do here is to just sweep everything away with another Massacre. Because if I don't, he's just going to kill me. He can sacrifice 1 goblin to deal 2 to me. So, we know about that. I think he still has these cards in hand, so if he has the haste goblin in hand, though, that makes me worried. I think I'm just going to attack. I mean, I know he has like a ringleader or something, but I think we can afford to take a hit from something like that. If he has War Chief in addition to... I mean, like, we already know that he has plenty of other stuff that can kill us if he does have a... I mean, not War Chief, Chieftain. I guess we're also worried about War Chief, too. Yeah, I guess I kind of made a mistake by playing that there, but... I mean, we're going to slowly die no matter what, I feel. Maybe I played this game wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I played this game poorly. But he did draw, like, super well, you know? I didn't get enough... I mean, like, I had plenty of cards that affected the board, but, like, I haven't had enough cards to, like... I haven't gained significant card advantage. At least not nearly as much as he has. So... Even though I managed to land a Planeswalker too, but the Planeswalker, what was unfortunate about that was that he just drew like multiple haste goblins the turns he needed him to like get out of the situation I put him in with Liliana. Alright, Goblin King. +1/+1 and Mountain Walk, sure. Warren Instigator, okay. Please no Chieftain or War Chief. Please no haste goblins. Alright. So far so good. So I guess the best thing I can do now is maybe cast Jace to try and like find another sweeper. I probably shouldn't have played that Wasteland, because if I had drawn another land, I could have at least saved an Abrupt Decay. Alright, I'll put Misty, and then... I guess I'll just put both Misties back on top, because I've already drawn a land this turn. I feel like I've already taken too much damage, though. I don't think I can win this game now. Oh my god, what on earth is this going to be? Oh my god. Are you serious? Alright, well, sudden demise, I guess he basically just wins on the spot, so yeah, concede. That was an unfortunate game. Got pretty unlucky there, but also made some mistakes. Like game 1 F6ing and our opponent landing Blood Moon. And game 2, I don't know if we necessarily made any mistakes game 2, because we started things off with a Thoughtseize. We took the Chieftain, which was the best creature in his hand. He drew another Chieftain on turn 3 to be able to swing into our Liliana. He followed up with multiple Ringleaders to be able to like kill the Liliana and just draw infinite gas when we knew his hand was nothing but lands, so... man, what a bummer. I feel like Goblins is like a decent matchup too. Like all the Dirtle Aether Vial matchups are pretty decent matchups. That was just like an insane draw. I'll keep this hand on the play. Play a fetch land to play around Wasteland. Wooded Foothills, okay. Wooded Foothills in a bayou, that's interesting. I want to daze this. But that kind of sets me back a little bit. I guess I'll daze it. I could Force of Will it. Yeah, I think I'm going to force it, actually. Pitching the daze, because I don't want to set myself back a land drop. The sequencing was weird, but oh well. I think I'm going to play Tarmogoyf first. Then we can Wasteland him next turn. Alright, Mountain and Bayou. So we're playing against some sort of Jund or something. Alright, Wall of Blossoms, interesting. Guess I'll just Wasteland his Bayou, play another Tarmogoyf. Or I could Ponder, and that way I can actually attack past the Wall of Blossoms this turn. I think I'll Ponder. Cool. I'm gonna put, let's put Wasteland, then Abrupt Decay, then Brainstorm. No Shuffle. Now we can attack with our Tarmogoyf. I have no idea what I could be playing against. Wall of Blossoms, Deathrite Shaman, Basic Mountain. Probably Nickfit or something. Probably some sort of weird Nickfit deck. It's got red and green mana. Oh god. Squee the Immortal, okay. Phew. I thought he was going to Blood Moon me for a second there. I think I'm going to attack with Tarmogoyf. This could be some sort of food chain list. So I could leave up Abrupt Decay. I could play another Tarmogoyf to try and like add to my clock. I think I'm just going to play around food chain, so I'm going to leave up Abrupt Decay. Gamble. Alright. Fine with me. Punishing Fire, okay. Maybe it's like a punishing food chain list or something like that. Getting in for 2. Sure. I do not mind. I'm going to Brainstorm here to find my 4th land. That way I can play Tarmogoyf and leave up Abrupt Decay. Okay, this is kind of cool actually. We got a Hymn to Torok, so now maybe I will just hymn him. He doesn't have many cards in hand. So the unfortunate thing about that is we cannot leave up Abrupt Decay and hymn him. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hymn him and then play a Tarmogoyf. Okay, we got a food chain. Good, good. That's what I was afraid of. It looked like he might have had a food chain, but no payoff card. Tarmogoyf, and then we should pretty much have it locked up from here. Unless he has like a food chain and then maybe some sort of huge creature in hand. Okay. Grove the Burn Willows kind of takes away that possibility. Alright, so we should have it here. We just Abrupt Decay this. And unless he has some sort of removal for Tarmogoyf, like an Abrupt Decay or something, I think we've got him. Alright. So it looks like we're playing against a red and green food chain list. Kind of interesting to think how to sideboard. I don't think we really need Force of Will. I don't think we need Daze either. I think I just bring in Thoughtseizes, Abrupt Decay, maybe some Edicts, couple Deluges, couple Jaces. I don't think he has any mana denial, so I'm going to cut a Bayou. That might be kind of risky, but I'm fine with doing that. And I think this looks fine. We could also get rid of the Delvers, but I think I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. I feel like Delver's probably fine. I could additionally bring in the Massacres, but I didn't see like too many small creatures. He does have Gaia's Cradle though, which leads me to believe he probably does have quite a few small creatures. But I think this iteration of the deck will be fine for games 2 and 3, if we do go to game 3, that is. Quite a brew. I'll keep this hand. I can always ponder turn 1. Yeah. Alright, he has a Deathrite Shaman. So, no removal just yet. I'm going to ponder, hopefully try and find some for his Deathrite Shaman. I'm going to shuffle that. I mean, I have my Diabolic Edict, but I want like Fatal Pushes, and Abrupt Decays, things of that nature. I'm not going to be able to Wasteland him as long as he has that Deathrite Shaman. Sylvan Library, okay. That's a good card. Attacks with Deathrite Shaman, sure. Well, I think I'm going to Edict him. Yeah. I'm just going to cast Diabolic Edict before he has a chance to use Deathrite Shaman for anything meaningful, like ramping. Alright, he's going to draw, looks like 1 extra card. We do need to answer that Sylvan Library pretty soon. Sure, Imperial Recruiter is fine. Sweet, the Immortal, yep. Okay, Deathrite Shaman's pretty good here. I think I'll start by brainstorming. 2 Wastelands is also pretty good. I think I'm going to put back Sylvan Library because I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to cast it for a little while, and then I'll put Misty Rainforest. I'm going to play Deathrite Shaman. And then let's go ahead and Wasteland his Bayou. Cut him off of black, potentially. I mean, he has Sylvan Library, so I don't think I'm going to be cutting him of any colors, but... Okay, Chrome Mox. Punishing fire, okay. Sure, Death Ray Shaman is fine. So it looks like he drew again off of the Sylvan Library. I could cast a Hymn, but I think I like Toxic Deluge here. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this Misty Rainforest. We're going to get Tropical. And I'm going to Deluge. For 2. Reset the board. Next turn we can play Tarmogoyf and Hymn to Torok. So that's pretty good. I don't think he'll be able to play every single card in his hand this turn, unless he has like Gaia's Cradle and a couple creatures or something, so Hymn should still be alive next turn. I think Wasteland is kind of outside of its window of being really good. He's taken so much damage off of his Sylvan Library that, oh god, what's this going to be? 5 mana. Okay, Nissa. So that's a problem. That is a problem. I guess I'll still continue with my plan of Hymn to Torok and Tarmogoyf. Ah, good. We hit something to make Tarmogoyf bigger than a 5-power creature. Turn target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. So for game 3, if there's a game 3, we're definitely going to want Daze. Okay, probably Squee. No. Oh, he doesn't have Squee. What's he doing? He did have it. It was just exiled. Okay. Probably gonna turn a land into a 5/5. Oh no, he returns Imperial Recruiter. Alright. Recruit away, recruit away. Walking Ballista, okay. So that's going to make Tarmogoyf a 6/7. I think I'm going to start by wasting his Grove, because that complicates things. He has, like, as many chump blockers as he wants for Nissa. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cast at him here. And we're just going to pass so I can block some sort of ridiculous creature. Like a 5/5. The unfortunate thing is we need to draw like a sweeper or something. Okay, Food Chain. You have infinite mana. Oh, I see. Now he has infinite mana and he can just use Nissa to get the Walking Ballista again. Well, I'm just going to F6. So he curved out pretty well that game and cast Nissa, and we couldn't pressure him fast enough. I suppose we could have slowed him down a little bit by making him... No, because he still had an extra Imperial Recruiter anyway. So I guess for the last game, maybe we'll bring out Thoughtseize. And to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure we need Jace necessarily. I think what we'll do is we'll bring Daze back in, and we'll cut 2 Thoughtseize and 2 Jace perhaps. I still like Liliana because she can like mow down all these creatures and like threaten, you know, her ultimate. Although I don't know if the ultimate is necessarily the best part. I think Liliana might be more useful in just like killing Squee every turn. We might want Surgical Extraction for the Punishing Fire, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think we just actually try and be a tempo deck, because his deck is kind of clunky, so we can maybe prey on that. When is he going to cast the Walking Ballista? He already has enough mana to cast it and kill me. Well, if he wants to just eat away at his clock, that's fine with me. I'm only at 10 life, I don't know why he would do this. He needs to make it a 10-10, so 20 mana would honestly be enough. So we kind of lost that game to Sylvan Library because it let him draw extra cards and curve out pretty perfectly. Nothing we could really do about it, though. We also were behind a Deathray Shaman a couple... Or, well, he only really got Deathray Shaman. He only got, like, 1 attack off with it. But him having the removal for our Deathray Shaman kind of sucked. So I think I'm going to bring Dazes back in. I think I'm going to board out Jace's and Thoughtseizes. Yeah, I think this should probably do the trick. Hopefully we just get like a nice tempo curve. I don't know if I really need Toxic Deluge either. Nah, I think Toxic Deluge is still fine. Yeah, we'll play first. I'll keep this. Turn 1 Deathray, turn 2 Brainstorm Shuffle. Potentially more spells. Alright, Punishing Fire. Unfortunate. I was hoping he would not have a way to turn 1 Punishing Fire the Deathray Shaman. Sylvan Library is going to be a huge house here. I'm just going to play Sylvan. And then if he doesn't have Abrupt Decay and or black mana, we can just filter our draws for the rest of the game. Okay, he's got Food Chain. Daze. Goyf. I'm going to pay 4 life to keep everything in hand. Because I have Daze, I'm just going to play Tarmogoyf and Wasteland him. Because he missed a land drop last turn as well. So in theory, I should be able to keep any creatures off the board with Daze. Okay, so far so good. Let's put Tombstalker on top. And let's put him on top. Now we can cast Delver. We know that's flipping next turn. We can swing with Tarmogoyf. So now he has 2 mana. Flip that. Fatal Push. Tombstalker. I think I'm going to put Fatal Push on top. And let's see. If we him and crack 2 fetches, we'll have enough for Tombstalker this turn. So I may as well keep that in hand. Getting a little low on life here. But I think it's fine. Walking Ballista, Imperial Recruiter. So yeah, I think now I swing for 8, then play the Tombstalker. And then we have Daze backup, and we have to hope that's good enough. He's probably going to fetch for a Dryad Arbor. Yeah. Let's just get our Underground Sea. Get another Bayou. Oh, we cut the other Bayou, but we can just get another Underground Sea. And let's play Tombstalker, and then hopefully he can't win next turn. Okay, he does not have Dryad Arbor, so that's good news. Or if he does, he forgot to fetch it. Alright, we got there. Let's play another match. Beat red, green, black, Food Chain. Kind of cool that people are brewing with the new Squee. Alright, playing against Death and Taxes. The Death and Taxes guy. We'll play first. I'll keep this hand, I guess. It's not really a great hand, but a couple Delvers can win the game sometimes. If things go in a good direction. So we'll start things off with the Delver. Probably has a Swords to Plowshares, because he doesn't have Aether Vial or Mother of Runes. We will not reveal that. Let's go ahead and attack. And I suppose we'll play a Bayou and play our second Delver of Secrets. Alright, Thalia. Hope they flip. Yes, that's gonna do it. So now we can have a pretty devastating sequence of Wasteland his Karakas, play our Tarmogoyf, and attack for 6. So he is under the gun now. To answer 2 insects. We'll see if he Swords to Plowshares 1 while I'm tapped out. That'll grow my Tarmogoyf, but it'll slow down my clock a little bit. If he lets me untap, I'm gonna probably leave up mana to force a Swords to Plowshares. Okay, there's he played it now. Sure. Alright. Let's play a Misty. Attack with both creatures. Okay, port. Mirran Crusader. I could force that, because I have no other outs to it in my deck. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and force that. I'd love to draw another Wasteland or something. Alright, I guess we can ponder here. Him, Daze, Brainstorm. I think I'll put him first, then Brainstorm, and we'll draw Daze. No shuffle. Play Tropical. Now, if he doesn't have a land drop and he plays like another 3-drop or something, we can just Daze it. He chooses to block. That was a pretty good ponder. Serra Avenger. That is unfortunate, but it resolves. I'm going to go ahead and Daze that. Now Tarmogoyf is so big, he has to block that. And, whoop, I paid Thalia attacks for no reason. So he has to block the Tarmogoyf. And then I can Brainstorm into him to Torok. And that should do it. Thalia and a Flicker Wisp. Ooh, happy I did that. Alright, we got there. So we're going to go on the anti-Death and Taxes plan of boarding out all Force of Wills, boarding out all Dazes, boarding out 3 Delvers. We're going to bring in the Thoughtseizes, Abrupt Decay, Diabolic Edict, Deluges, Massacres, and Jaces. Yep, that's my anti-Death and Taxes plan. Have to say, Goddic had some great ideas with the Massacres in the sideboard and, multiple Jaces. I really like playing this deck against decks like Death and Taxes. Game 1 is not the game that I usually win against that kind of deck. Usually it takes cards like Massacre and extra Planeswalkers and Sweepers to beat them. But we had a pretty good tempo draw that game. We were able to leverage Wasteland early on the play. We were able to flip our Delvers when we needed to on that second turn there. And he wasn't really ever able to gain traction or take control of the board. Probably going to take a little break after this because my dog is whining. He probably wants to go outside for a minute or two. Curious to see what his anti-Bug Delver plan is. Probably Rest in Pieces and Path to Exiles. All of which are good cards. Probably bring in Gideon's or Council's Judgments for the Planeswalkers. Alright, Game 2 against Death and Taxes. I'm going to keep this. There's a lot that can go wrong, but Toxic Deluge hopefully can just clean up everything. I think I'm going to play around Wasteland. If I so choose, I could play around Wasteland all the way into just like jamming a Liliana or something. Alright, Rest in Peace is fine. I'm more afraid of Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. As far as things that he could cast for 2 mana. Just gonna play a Misty Rainforest here. If he has Mother of Runes, I'm totally cool with that. Because I have Toxic Deluge in hand. Alright, another Aether Vial. So it looks like he might have like kind of a slower hand. So we may as well play an Underground Sea here. And we'll get Tropical and Bayou. To diversify our mana base. And let's just slam a Liliana Last Hope. Wow, even still no creatures. So I'm feeling real good about this now. Uncontested Liliana. And I have a Jace in hand too. It's like if he does play a Thalia, which would keep me from playing Jace next turn, I just have the +1. This feels like an unlosable game at this point. Alright. Batterskull. I think I'm going to +2 Jace, just so we can avoid, like, Flicker Wisp. Well, Flicker Wisp is going to kill him anyways, actually, if he, like, flickers something in. Because he can flicker and Flicker Wisp, put Jace back at 3, kill him, before I have a chance to use my Liliana. But I think this just gives Jace the best chance of living. Alright, Flicker Wisp. So the interesting thing is, okay, he's flickering Lily. That is interesting. Oh, okay, I won't get a chance to use Lily now. But he is not going to kill Jace necessarily. Do I want to put Jite on the bottom of his library? Let's see. Giving him the option of playing and equipping means that we're going to have to Deluge for a lot next turn. I think, yes, we will put it on the bottom of his library. So he can... So the thing is, if he has a Sword of Fire Ice in hand, that's looking bad for me. We know he has Batterskull and one other card. I'm really hoping this Jace just lives, and I'm hoping he puts the Batterskull onto the battlefield, then I can just Toxic Deluge a bunch of stuff away. I think I'm close to stabilizing now. Ah, he can kill the Lily. Yeah, that's probably... That makes sense. That's a sensible thing for him to do. So, what do we want to do? We could Deluge, X equals 4. I think first I will ponder. Okay. I'm going to put Toxic Deluge and Tarmogoyf back on top. I'm going to draw the Thoughtseize. Now we can Thoughtseize him first, then Deluge, which I kind of like. Because we know that he won't be able to like do any crazy shenanigans if we do it this way. The only thing I'm worried about is if he vials in Thalia here. That kind of puts a crimp in my plans. If not, though, then we should be able to see if the coast is clear for our Toxic Deluge. He's probably going to activate Stoneforge Mystic here. That's kind of what I'm trying to get him to do. I'm trying to get him to activate Stoneforge Mystic so that I can get the most value out of my Toxic Deluge. And so we can even brainstorm with Jace here if we don't feel like shuffling away that second Toxic Deluge. I feel like maybe that's a good idea because anytime you see one of the best cards you can possibly draw against a deck, you don't really want to shuffle it away. And Toxic Deluge is certainly one of the best cards I can draw against Death and Taxes. Alright, Aether Vial resolves. Recruiter of the Guard. That's kind of brutal. Stoneforge Mystic, okay. That makes me think he doesn't have Thalia. If he does have Thalia, I could just bounce it with Jace, I suppose, because I haven't used Jace yet. There's a Stone Forge, so he's going to draw his Sword of Fire and Ice and his... Yeah. So he puts Sword of Fire and Ice into play, huh? That makes sense. I'm going to take the Batter Skull. I'm more afraid of that than a single Swords to Plowshares. Oops, I forgot to draw my second Toxic Deluge. Oh well. I'm going to get a Bayou here, and we're going to just deluge him. We're just going to deluge him into tomorrow. Now we're going to Fate Seal, because we know the last card in his hand is Swords to Plowshares. And we're going to put that card on top. I could have also brainstormed with Jace last turn, but when you have your opponent in like this position where they don't have any creatures on the board and they have an equipment in play, I think knowing what they're going to draw is actually more important than brainstorming. At least for now. Since we still have a brainstorm in hand. If we were like Hellbent or something, I could see brainstorming, but I kind of like just preventing him from doing anything meaningful for the rest of the game, or at least preparing for what it is that he is going to have. Things I probably would have bottomed would be Mirran Crusader, other threats that he could immediately equip the Sword of Fire and Ice to. The thing is, we do eventually have to close out this game somehow. I'm thinking maybe we just ride Jace to victory instead of trying to like find an Abrupt Decay for Rest in Peace and then like getting there with Tarmogoyf eventually. He's really tanking. See, the thing here is, like, what are you tanking on? Like, he has a Swords to Plowshares in hand and a Plains. Oh, crap, did I bottom the Plains on accident? We Thoughtsseized him and saw he had Swords to Plowshares, and then we Fate Sealed him and saw Plains. I think I accidentally bottomed that. Jeez, well that's not good. Well then, I guess we're going to brainstorm here. This is an issue. So I want to shuffle away the Delta. I want to play the Wasteland. So we will Wasteland his Karakas. Let's go ahead and Fate Seal him, I guess. We will put that on the bottom of his library. And then I think we'll play a Tarmogoyf here. He's going to have to spend 2 mana to Swords that on my turn, I guess. I could have sworn I left a Plains on top of his library. And when I Thoughtseized him, he only had Swords to Plowshares. Could have sworn I left a Plains on the top of his library. I don't know where the chat went. Sure. Where's the chat for my game? Normally I have it minimized, but chat. Something is fishy. I'm gonna rewatch this video and see if what I clicked was correct there. Okay, he's gonna draw a card and shoot Jace, I guess. Oh no, he shoots me. Interesting. Okay. So we know that there's another fetch land on top, and we don't want that, so let's get an Underground Sea. Now let's go ahead and brainstorm with Jace, because we need to find an answer for that Thalia. None of these are really answers for the Thalia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're not in any shape to be playing Tombstalker. So I guess we'll put Tombstalker and Verdant Catacombs on top. Let's ponder. Shuffle that. Lily of the Last Hope. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to Lily Last Hope and Massacre this turn. You know, I feel really weird. I feel like I put that Plains on top of his library, and then I don't know what just happened. I'm gonna rewatch that to see if what I think happened actually happened. Because if that's the case, then I should get a refund. I mean, if it's like, if Jace Fate Sealing is bugged, then there's something wrong with that scenario. I swear I put a Plains on top of his library the turn that he played the Thalia. Yeah, I swear I put Plains on top. I guess I can go back and look using the chat button down there. So I bottomed a card before I cast Tarmogoyf. That was the Mirran Crusader. Okay, here's the turn. Put a card on the bottom of the library. I'm gonna watch the replay though, because I feel like I clicked no on that. I really feel like I clicked no when he had the Plains on top of his library. So he can put me to 1 this turn? I mean, if I get to untap, then I can Massacre, but I still am not really a fan of the position that I'm in. Because, like, any creature off the top is lethal after this turn. Play out the Jitte. So I can cast him before I Massacre, which is nice. Because then if he has any creatures or tricks, he has to use them then. However, if he does have something like a Flickerwisp, well, I suppose I'm fine with that. Recruiter of the Guard, okay. Flickerwisp, so he has a Flickerwisp in hand now. So what am I going to be without? He might flicker the Jace, he might flicker the... Okay, he flickers Jace. That's good for me. So now, we're going to execute our plan of Shrink Thalia. Him to Torok him. Hopefully he doesn't have another 2-drop. Okay, GTA and Path to Exile. Massacre. And then we get our Jace back end of turn. This game is extremely close, though. Alright, Mother of Runes, equip. Alright. Hopefully Jace can find a removal spell. Alright, there we go. Let's put Tombstalkers back on top. Can play our Deathrite. Let's Fatal Push the Mother of Runes. +1 Liliana. And now we can pass the turn. It's too bad we have 2 Tombstalkers and no Shuffle on top of our library, though. Aether Vial, sure. I guess we just Fate Seal, because next turn we get to do some zombie stuff. Put this card on the bottom. No. I just want to check the chat and see what it just had me do. Okay, put a card on top. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I just messed up. So we get to Ultimate next turn, which is cool. But there's still a lot of ways he can win the game. So I could Brainstorm here. We know he has Plains in hand. I think I'm just going to Fate Seal again. No, do not put it on the bottom. And let's attack with Deathrite. We're going to start making some zombies. It's all good. We can kill the first creature that he plays. Fate Seal him again. No, do not put that on the bottom. Play a Delta. I'm gonna get 2 plus the number of zombies, so 4. And now we have, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we have lethal this turn, and he's drawing Wasteland. That was a close one, though. Almost punted that one away by bottoming a Plains, which let him draw into Thalia. Alright, we beat Death and Taxes. Wow. And that was the second game. I forgot about that. I felt like that was the third game. I'm going to pause the recording here so that I can use the restroom and take my dog for a walk, but I will see you guys very shortly. Hey guys, we are back for our 4th match of our league that we started. We are 2-1 currently. Was this the guy that we were just playing against and he was playing the... Okay, no. It's not. Okay, I thought this was the red-green food chain player that we were playing against, but it is not. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Worst case scenario, our Deathrite Shaman gets forced. And we get Wastelanded, but I'm not too afraid of that. I feel like that's pretty corner case. So I'm going to get an Underground Sea and play a Deathrite Shaman. Nice. Now, hopefully, we'll be able to resolve a cantrip next turn, find our second land, which we will need. Ooh, if this is Red-Black Reanimator, I am not prepared. I do not have any good cards in that scenario, except for Abrupt Decay, but only if he casts Animate Dead. And even in that scenario, we pretty much only don't lose. Okay, there's Gristle. Where's the Reanimate? Oh. Okay. Well, we at least made it that far. Let's ponder to try and find a green source. So what I'm worried about now is Exhume. Okay, there's an Entomb. We could Wasteland his only mana. Okay, Tidespout Tyrant, okay. So we found a green source of mana. We also found another Deathrite Shaman. So I could take a bit of a gamble here, and I can Wasteland his land, or I could just leave up green mana. But I'm still dead to an Exhume. What should we do? That's kind of a tough choice. I think what we do is we draw the Misty, no shuffle. Now we play the Misty, and we leave mana up. If he plays Exhume, we have Brainstorm. And we have to hope that that's good enough. That we can Brainstorm into a Force of Will and a blue card, or that we can Brainstorm into Daze. Alright, there's the Exhume. Okay, so now it kind of all comes down to this. Maybe Wasteland was the better play that turn. Let's get a Tropical Island. And let's pray that we find a Daze or a Force of Will and a blue card. Crap, there's a Force of Will but no blue card. This sucks. I'm just going to concede. We've lost. Dang it. If only he didn't Faithless Looting into 2 Gristlebrand's there, we would have stood a chance. Alright, we're going to cut the Lilies, we're going to cut the Stalkers, we're going to cut 2 Hymn to Taurox. We are going to cut the Fatal Pushes. We're going to cut a single Bayou. And we're going to bring in Thoughtseizes, Surgicals, Spell Pierces, Edicts, and Jaces. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Wasteland was the right line there. But then we have to hope that he doesn't have another land, because if he does, then we have no outs to like reanimate or a 1-mana reanimation spell. Anyhow, enough of that game. Let's play this game. I'm going to keep this hand. Alright, 1 Chancellor of the Onyx. Looks like he might have 2. Alright, no. Okay. We're just going to play Misty Rainforest. Alright, Unmask. Unmask with enough mana to play around Daze. The question is, I think we let this resolve actually. He's going to probably take Spell Pierce. He might take Brainstorm too. But I don't know why he'd do that really. What did he exile? He exiled Animate Dead? Okay. Sure. If he has Dark Ritual, I kind of just have to let him do whatever he wants because, I mean, dazing this, he sacrifices Petal, but he still gets mana anyway. Alright, Entomb. What a bummer. Exhume. So I will respond to the Exhume. It's a freaking deck, man. Let's float a blue. Cast Daze on Exhume. Return that. Pay 1? No. We have to brainstorm into a Force of Will or a Surgical Extraction. Neither of those is what we need, so I'm going to concede. Ah, that is a bummer. That is a decent matchup, and we almost got there. He had, like, the nut, though. Both games. Alright, so it's this one, all or nothing. We're playing against one of the best Ant players out there. I'll keep this hand. I am on the play. I think I can afford to cast Deathray Shaman now. We really want to brainstorm away all of this dead removal. Preordain, sure. I would really like to find a fetch land with this brainstorm. Alright. Sadly, none of these is really what I was hoping for. I guess we can put Lily and Fatal Push back on top, play Wasteland, and pass. Wait, no. No pass. We play Sylvan Library here. So he'll probably find a discard spell. As long as it's not Cabal Therapy, I'm not too worried. Unless he like goes off the same turn that he casts Duress or something. That Sylvan Library will give us another shot at maybe finding a fetch land next turn to shuffle away Fatal Push and Lily the Last Hope. Okay. Jesus, come on. Alright, I guess I'll put those Fatal Pushes on top. I'm gonna cast Lily. I'm gonna sacrifice Wasteland to destroy my own Wasteland. And yeah, I think I have to cast Lily here and use her -2 ability to clear those 2 Fatal Pushes on top of my library. That gives me a chance to draw live next turn. And I have Force of Will backup. Alternatively, I could leave up Deathray Shaman and a black mana to play around Rest in Peace. Or, I mean, sorry, not play around Past in Flames. But I think this is what I need to do if I want to try and, like, win this game. I need to start casting Hymn to Torox and, like, getting good spells, you know? Finding good spells on my library. Cabal Therapy, sure. He's probably going to name Force of Will. I'm just going to F6. Coast is clear, bro. Coast is clear. Do your worst. That's a bummer. Sucks he had Cabal Therapy instead of Duress. Because with the Duress, at least I would have still had 1 Force of Will for like next turn if I can recover. He did not shuffle, so I am probably dead here. He's probably just going to cast a bunch of rituals. Into tutors, into killing me. But game 2 and 3 get better for us when we get to board out stuff like Fatal Push and Liliana the Last Hope. Okay, ad nauseum. There's still a chance we might win this. Okay, now we're dead. Well, let's go to game 2, shall we? So in come 2 Deluges as outs for Empty the Warrens, in come the Jaces, in comes Thoughtseize, Surgical Pierce, board out Abrupt Decay, board out Liliana the Last Hope, board out Fatal Push, board out Bayou, board out Tombstalkers, and we're good to go. We will play first. This hand does not cast turn 2 Hymn to Torok. Has a Force of Will and a Jace, but I don't want to keep this hand. What does this hand have going for it? It features a Force of Will. It features a Hymn. I can't cast the Hymn. I think I stand a better chance if I mulligan this, unfortunately. This hand is a little better. I'll keep this. I'll put that on the bottom of my library. I'm just gonna leave up Spell Pierce. Probe is fine. This is still not really a good hand against Storm, but it's a little bit better than our last hand at least. So I have a couple options here. I think I'm going to cast the Deathrite Shaman. So here I'm going to cast Ponder to find Thoughtseize or something. I do not like any of those cards. Not really what I was looking for, but I guess I'll take it. Let's go ahead and get a Bayou. And we'll play this Deathrite Shaman. Ritual. With enough mana to play around Spell Pierce, okay. Cabal Ritual, okay. Lotus Petal, sure. Lion's Eye Diamond, okay. Another Lion's Eye, okay. Ad nauseum. Yeah, I think I'm going to Spell Pierce that. If I do, he probably sacrifices Lion's Eye Diamond to pay for it, and then... Let's see. So if I Spell Pierce that, he sacks Lion's Eye Diamond, probably adds red or black mana to his mana pool and to pay for it. Yeah, I'm just gonna allow that to resolve. Okay, empty the Warrens. So far, so good. He's gonna need mana. Okay, he now has plenty of mana, and so he's gonna do, like, he could do, like, a pretty big empty the Warrens. However, Lion's Eye isn't going to do it, because... So he has to play around... He has to be able to play around... Oh, he's already drawn 2 Lotus Petals to play around Spell Pierce, so... Sure. Sure. Oh! I win, actually. He can't win this turn. Oh, wait, no, I don't know if I win. Because... let's see here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exile his... Let's exile his Dark Ritual, I suppose. Now I'm going to F6. So the reason I'm doing it this way is because I don't really want him to Fatal Push a Deathrite Shaman. I mean, I guess he still will, but I just need to activate Deathrite Shaman 2 more times. So he needs another Fatal Push, or Tendrils sort of kill. Ah, dang it. Now he can just get Rest in Peace. Crap, I should not have tapped out with my Deathrite Shaman. That was... Oh, well, yeah, Infernal Tutor, I suppose, is just going to do it no matter what. Alright, we lost fair and square. Kind of a bummer. I feel like the games that we lost were, like, winnable, but, I mean, we played to our outs as best as we could, I think. Alright, so 2-3 this league. I will see you guys next time for another league. Thanks for watching.